evening everyone. So in today's class, we are going to go ahead and take some questions from the GATE economics paper. The aim is to go ahead and take you through different kind of questions, whether it is from money and financial market, whether it is from correlation coefficient, whether it is from your microeconomics. We are going to go ahead and take all possible questions. Now, before we go ahead and do that, I just wanted to make an announcement today that we have launched something which is known as a question bank specifically for CUET PG Economics preparation. This question bank is going to be available for all the students who have already taken our course, and for other students who just want to go for the question bank, they can go ahead and contact us on this number. Beta, let me just take you through some of the details of the question bank. So when I talk about the question bank, you have to try and understand that there are going to be 2000 plus questions, and all these questions will be recorded. सारे के सारे recorded video solution के साथ questions होंगे. So all video solution recorded questions, more than 2000 questions. And the topics that we are going to go ahead and cover in this, they are going to be varied topics. So we are going to cover microeconomics, macros, stats, maths, everything will be covered. Now just have a look at all the varied topics that we are covering. So in micro you can see everything, right? Demand analysis, pricing, factor price analysis, structure, theory of consumer, producer, pricing, etc. Same when you go to macroeconomics, all topics will be covered. When you go to statistics, topic wise, you will get these video solutions. Dev Eco, international economics, public economics, Indian Eco, maths, environmental and industrial economic growth. So all of these video solutions would be provided to you. So in case you want to enroll for this question bank series, you can go ahead and enroll for that also. At the same time, beta, we have gone ahead and also launched different mock paper. So I will just take you through that. Right, give me a moment. Okay, so this is our mock test series that we have, and here we have different mock paper test series. So one is specifically for IIT, in which we are going to cover 10 mock paper. Again, everything will have video solutions, and you will also get access to past year papers. Then beta, you will have 5 GATE mock papers. Then you will have CUET PG Economics mock test series. There will be 10 question papers, and each will have video solution. So in total 1000 questions you will get even in this test series. Then beta, you will have question bank that I have already talked about, and very soon we are going to also bring you ISI mock test series. ठीक है जी? तो इसमें again you will have video solutions, and PEA and PEB both will be covered. ठीक है बेटा? Okay, now let's start with today's session. Okay beta, so let's have a look at first question that we have for today. So the first question that it is talking about is the following. It says Gaussian's second law of consumption is based on which combination of assumptions? थोड़ा सा बात करते हैं. So beta, when we talk about the second law of consumption, it is based on various assumptions. Just try to answer this question yourself first, then I will answer it for you. पहले ये बताओ कि Gaussian's second law होता क्या है, then we will take it forward. बेटा. So what is Gaussian's second law saying? Gaussian's second law basically it talks about your law of equimarginal utility. So beta, there are two laws that we have. The first one that we have, that is called law of diminishing marginal utility, है ना? वो नहीं, that's the first law. We are talking about the second law, which is law of equimarginal utility. And beta, what does that say? It says that mux by muy should be equal to px by py. इसको अगर हम थोड़ा सा और सोचें, तो this is very simple. This is nothing but this is saying mux क्या होता है? mux by muy. This is nothing but this is your mrs. And we are equating mrs to px by py. So beta, this is nothing but your tangency condition. So I have this as budget line and this as my IC and this is my equilibrium. So we have got that the equilibrium condition is where we see the tangency between indifference curve and the budget line. अच्छा, अब ध्यान से समझते हैं. If I talk about the assumptions here, what are the different assumptions that we have? The first thing which is important here is that marginal utility is a cardinal concept. Marginal utility को हम कैसे measure करते हैं? We measure it in terms of numbers, right? So ordinality indifference curve का concept हो गया. But जब तक Gaussian was talking about marginal utility or Marshall was talking about marginal utility, they were talking in terms of numbers, right? So we have to understand that marginal utility is a cardinal concept. Take the next thing. It assumes rationality of consumers. So we assume that consumers are rational. मतलब I will take decision based on what is best for me, based on maximizing my utility. So I am going to go ahead and act rationally. What's the third thing? There is no time gap. कोई time gap नहीं है. If I am consuming the first unit today, consumption should be consecutive. अभी ही दूसरा यूनिट कंज्यूम करूंगी, अभी ही तीसरा, and so on and so forth. It should not happen that I consume the first unit today and the second unit tomorrow. Then this rule will not be there. The next is there should be fixed income and taste and preferences should be unchanged. And better the last is I should be maximizing satisfaction. तो ये जो भी हम कर रहे हैं, why are we doing this? Because we want to maximize the utility of the consumer. हमें consumer की utility को maximize करना है. और वो utility कब maximize होगी? जब tangency attain होगी indifference curve और budget line की. और उसी के लिए वो rule था equimarginal utility का, right? So, but if I now come to the question back, we have to understand rational behavior of consumer एकदम ठीक है. Consumer is rational. Cardinal measure of utility एकदम ठीक है. Utility is measured in numbers. Comparability of utility. Now, I am not comparing utilities. I am finding where my utilities are equal from different products, right? Desire for attaining satiety. I aim to go ahead and achieve the maximum level of satisfaction. So, there are such questions now. These can come as part of your MSQ also. ये questions MSQ में भी आ सकते हैं. And we know that in GATE you have multiple select questions as well. And it can go ahead and come in that. हाँ बेटा. Okay. So बेटा ये देखो ध्यान से समझनी है बात को. A is the right assumption. This is an assumption. Comparing utility is not an assumption. ये assumption नहीं है. Equality of utility result है. Assume नहीं कर रहे हैं तो no. And consumer desires to attain satiation या bliss या maximum utility, yes. So third point is not assumption. It is a result that we want to get equal marginal utilities. समझे बात को? So answer should be A, B and D. Okay, beta, come to the next question. ठीक है जी. The The next question is this. Which of the following is not the probability based sampling technique? So 4 techniques are given to you. I'm giving you a minute. Try to solve this. Tell me which of these is not a probability based sampling technique. So beta, try to think that there are 2 kinds of sampling techniques. Probability based and non-probabilistic. Probability based sampling techniques वो sampling techniques होती हैं जिसमें randomness involved होती है. जैसे for example, if I am saying that I will take 3 people to a village for research, and in my class there are 50 students. And I want to randomly select who will be going. तो क्या कर सकते हैं? I can put each of their roll number in a chit. I can put all those chits in a box. I can select 3 chits, and जो भी बच्चे आए I can take them. That's completely random, completely probabilistic, right? So when I talk about a probabilistic means random approach, right? So the probabilistic approach has 4 main sampling techniques under it. क्या होती हैं? Random, simple random, systematic, stratified and clustered, right beta? I think there is a lecture present on these techniques that I have recorded on our YouTube channel only. हाँ, try to see that lecture बेटा. उसमें मैंने ये सारी sampling techniques को explain किया है. And within cluster ना there are 2, which is single stage and multi-stage. Right बेटा? So when I talk about cluster, stratified and multi-stage, ये तीनों ही probabilistic techniques हो गई. These are probabilistic techniques. The only non-probabilistic technique is snowball. So students who are studying with me, पूरा 1 to 1.5 hours we have dedicated on this topic in stats, है ना? So try to revise this, okay? Fine, beta. Let's go to the next question. Let me just erase this. Okay, but look at the third question. Which of the following are components of the capital market? 5 are given to you. Let me give you a brief till then. Try to answer till then. Huh? So, but when I talk about financial markets, financial market can be divided in 2 parts: money market, capital market. Money market is a market which is the short-term market, maximum 1 year तक का ले. Capital market is a market which is medium and long-run market. So when firms need money for long-run purpose, जैसे I need money to buy machine, I won't be able to repay within 1 year. I need money for factory, I won't be able to repay within 1 year. Then I will be approaching the capital. But if I need money for short-term purpose, जैसे for example for working capital requirements, कि I want to buy raw material, that can be repaid within 1 year, then I will be approaching the money market, right beta? So whenever you need money for medium or long run purpose, that is when you will be approaching the capital market. Within capital market you have 2 points here. एक को बोलते हैं primary market और एक को बोलते हैं secondary market. When I talk about the primary market, it is when firms directly sell to the one second. So when I talk about the primary market, it is when firms directly sell to the consumers. जैसे for example shares. इक्विटी है ना, डिबेंचर्स, डेट, बहुत केस में व्हेन आई एम इशूइंग द शेयर, फर्म इज इशूइंग टू द कस्टमर. लाइक अभी अभी जब जोमैटो का आया था या LIC का आया था, फर्म डायरेक्टली इशूड शेयर टू द कस्टमर. दैट इज प्राइमरी मार्केट. नाउ सपोज आई परचेज्ड LIC शेयर यूजिंग सम ऐप, जैसे जीरोधा से मैंने खरीद लिया. नाउ आई वांट टू सेल यू दैट शेयर. That will take place through the secondary market. So when it is the second resale of these shares, that is secondary market. The first sale that takes place through the primary market. ठीक है बेटा, coming back to the question now. So security markets जो होती है, government security हो या industrial security, these are long run markets. So these are capital in nature. लॉन्ग टर्म लोन लिखा है तो ऑटोमेटिकली कैपिटल हो गया. बट कमर्शियल बिल्स, टी बिल्स जो विद इन 365 डेज के लिए इंट्रोड्यूस किए जाते हैं, दे आर ऑल शॉर्ट टर्म मार्केट्स. तो ये मनी मार्केट में आ गए. सो दीज आर B and C आर पार्ट ऑफ द मनी मार्केट एंड A, D, E आर पार्ट ऑफ द कैपिटल मार्केट. ओके, लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Okay, beta, come to the next question. Which of the following are qualitative methods of control of credit creation practiced by RBI? बहुत ही simple question है. So we know that, ये बहुत clear है हमें, that open market operation and variable reserve ratio. बेटा ओपन मार्केट ऑपरेशन क्या होता है? परचेज एंड सेल ऑफ सिक्योरिटीज. रिजर्व रेशियो क्या होता है? SLR, CRR, रेपो रेट, रिजर्व रेपो रेट, इन सब से जब हम फ्लक्चुएट करते हैं, रेपो रेट, रिजर्व रेपो रेट को कीप इट सेपरेट, SLR या CRR को जब हम फ्लक्चुएट करते हैं, दैट्स रिजर्व रेशियो. दीज टू, दीज आर क्वांटिटेटिव मेजर्स. These are quantitative measures. But credit rationing मतलब क्या? When you fix the amount of credit, आप उस पे एक seal लगा दो. You do a sealing that you cannot give credit more than this. जैसे for example, बेटा something like this, हाँ? So let's say this is the market of loanable funds. ये demand है, ये supply है. Let's say these are the loans that are coming at equilibrium and this is the interest rate. Now I go ahead and I put a ration कि इससे ऊपर loans नहीं देते हैं. Right? Then it is credit rationing. Right? So credit rationing is a qualitative measure. अच्छा, now you know that, देखो when we were talking about the period of 2008, तो तब क्या हुआ था? That the credit that used to be given, उसमें ना not a lot of checks were made, so you had a very bad quality of credit that you were giving. Not bad quality of credit, but that turned out to be SAR. बहुत लोग repay ही नहीं कर पाते थे credit को, right? And then you know there was also something which was known as evergreening of loan. एवरग्रीनिंग ऑफ लोन क्या होता है बेटा? जब एक लोन को रीपे करने के लिए आप दूसरा लोन लो, जैसे मैं अपना हाउस लोन नहीं रीपे कर पा रही हूँ तो मैंने एक पर्सनल लोन लिया और उससे हाउस का पे कर दिया. दिस इज एवरग्रीनिंग ऑफ लोन. आप एक से दूसरा, दूसरे से तीसरा रीपे कर लो. सो ड्यूरिंग द पीरियड ऑफ 2008 व्हेन देयर वाज दिस क्राइसिस दैट केम, देयर वर अ लॉट ऑफ NPAs, नॉन परफॉर्मिंग एसेट्स विद बैंक. तो तब बैंक्स में ना बहुत ज्यादा आकर रिस्ट्रिक्शंस पुट की गई. वी plugged in a lot of restrictions whereby we said now you have to check the CIBIL score, now you have to check the income of the person, now you have to check this, that, right? So that is what is called as credit rationing. You ration, I mean that's one aspect of it. You also see the quality to whom you are giving credit, right? But the last is called as margin requirement. Okay. So let's see what is margin requirement. So imagine the following. Imagine that you have taken a house loan, right? Now when you take a house loan, you have to keep some collateral. Collateral मतलब कि क्या loan लेने के लिए जो background में security रखते हो. So to take house loan, let's say I keep my house itself as collateral. So I tell banks कि ठीक है, in case I am not able to repay my loan, then you can just take this house with you. This house has some value. I have taken loan worth some money. The difference between the value of the collateral and the value of the loan, that is called as margin. Margin क्या होता है? The difference between value of collateral and value of loan is called as margin. So margin requirement is also a qualitative measure. This is also something you should be knowing. So what will be the answer to this question? Beta, C and D. They are the right answers. Okay. Let's go to the next question. Okay, beta. So it says that you are given two regression equation. Y is equal to a plus bx and x is equal to c plus dy. And what is the correlation coefficient? What is the correlation coefficient between x and y? बहुत simple है. Beta, what is our correlation coefficient? It is b by x into bxy under root. What are b by x and bxy? Slope coefficients. कैसे आते हैं slope coefficients? Regress करके. What do you regress? You regress y on x and x on y. So beta, when you regress y on x, you get one slope coefficient. When you regress x on y, you get another slope coefficient. You put those two slope coefficients, find their under root, and that is correlation coefficient. So what is the right answer to this question? A. Right? Under root of B. Is that clear? Okay. So that is it for today, beta. We have gone ahead and covered different kind of questions. Try to study more in detail about these topics. And I will meet you again in the next class with further questions. Thank you.